Hey there, and welcome to Intermittent Fasting for the Win. I'm your host, Mike Saunders, and I'm thrilled to be here with you. A little about me. I've shed over 80 pounds and counting and regained my health by embracing this incredible lifestyle of intermittent fasting. Alongside me is my amazing co-host, Jalene and I, who's not only been fasting for years, but also brings her expertise as a circuit training coach to the table. Together, we're here to guide you on this journey and share everything we've learned along the way. So let me ask, are you ready to take your fasting to the next level and unlock its full potential? Maybe you're feeling stuck and need some fresh inspiration to keep pushing forward. Or perhaps you're on the hunt for practical tips to make fasting fit seamlessly into your life. Well, you have landed in the right spot. On this podcast, we're diving deep into the world of intermittent fasting, bringing you real stories, expert advice, and so much more. We'll be interviewing fellow fasters from all walks of life, shining a light on their progress, their struggles, and their victories. Stick with us because we've got all this and plenty more in store to help you make intermittent fasting a win for you. Today, Jalene and I interview Roxi Ruiz. Roxi is an integral and important part of Jen Stevens' community. She's the host for the Mealless Monday portion of that community and is an expert in so many things concerning fasting. Today's recording and today's podcast was taken from the original YouTube video, so if there are any glitches in the sound quality, I apologize for them right up front. But let's get right to it and interview Roxi. Okay, we have Roxi with us, and like Jalene just said just a minute ago, she is the ADF queen. Roxi, are you the person who coined the phrase Mealless Monday?
I like to think so. I started fasting in 2019, and 2020 is when I got really serious about ADF, and I wanted to start, just a support post that helped people out. So I asked Jen if she would be okay with me doing a Mealless Monday post on her Facebook group. And she said, of course, I'd love that. So it was May of 2020. So this year it'll be 5 years of the Mealless Monday thread. And thank God we've never missed a Monday. Let me knock on wood. That's what Hispanic people do.
You have never missed a single Monday?
We've never missed a single Mealless Monday, no. And that includes holidays, and I post it all the time. I don't participate in every Mealless Monday. I float through seasons. Right now I'm in a big OMAD season. So I kind of float between protocols.
Okay. Well, you've kind of got me encapsulated in a little thing right there. I did ADF seriously. I started off with like Mealless Monday. And then I moved into a 5-2, and then I moved into a 4-3, and I stayed in a 4-3 for about 3 months. And of course, that's how I lost all the weight that I did. And then after my surgery, a few months after that, my wife, she's a sneaky little thing, she started fasting and didn't tell me, and I just kind of said, wait a minute, this woman is fasting, and so I talked with her about it. She said, yeah. She said, well, it works, so I want to do it too. And so I fell into her kind of schedule with her, and I stayed there until January of this year because I wanted to support her and because it was still fasting. And so, but now I got about 30, 40 more pounds I want to drop before I have my other knee surgery done. So I am back in ADF, and that's what I want to talk about today. And that's what a lot of people want to hear about.
Yeah.
So I will ask you, Roxy, go ahead and tell me some things about ADF that everybody out there needs to know. And Jalene, you jump in too.
Okay, I got a list of questions, but I think we're probably going to cover most of them.
Go for it.
Just in conversation.
Grill her. We got to hear you grill her good,
Okay.
girl.
So, Roxy, tell us a bit about yourself and how you discovered IF.
Okay. So my story is that in January of 2019, I went to the doctor because I kept getting a pain under my rib. And I'm usually somebody who doesn't have kind of pain or aches or anything like that. So aches or pains. So I went into the doctor's office, and they ran some blood tests, and I basically had blood panels that showed that I probably had a fatty liver. So I got a sonogram in January of that year, and yes, I had a fatty liver. I was also severely pre-diabetic, where I was very close to being diabetic. Both of my parents are diabetic. My dad is on insulin, and he has been for a very long time. And I've seen what that's done to his body. It just ravages you from the inside. His eyes are so bad. You know, he's got neuropathy. My mom is also on metformin. And it's just the nature of the beast where I'm from. I'm from the Texas-Mexico border, literally on the border. I mean, I drive 10 minutes south and I'm in Mexico.
Where
and so
where at?
In McAllen, Texas.
Okay. I spent a lot of time in Eagle Pass, and right across from that was Piedras Negras.
Yeah, that's next.
Yeah.
Right across. Okay, so I am about 5 hours south of Eagle Pass, the very tip of Texas where we're at. So we've got the best of both worlds down here. You know, we've got all the fast foods that everybody got, best of both worlds, worst of both worlds that everybody's got. And then we've got tacos and margaritas and all you can eat Mexican buffet 24/7, and accessibility to food constant and always, and it's a lot. There's a lot of food noise down here. So when they diagnosed me with the fatty or the pre-diabetes, I thought in no way, shape, or form do I want to go down that road. So I read a book. A coworker said, Roxy, my husband's going to start intermittent fasting. I had no idea what that was. I'm not a doctor. I don't come from a long line of Weight Watchers or anything like that. I've always been an athlete, so I always worked out. I always ran, so I never really moderated food. So I said, oh, that doesn't sound safe. Let me read that book. So she gave it to me, and it was Delay, Don't Deny, the first edition.
Yeah.
And that book, life. That day I read it, and that day evening I started my first fast. That was February the 4th of 2019. It's been 6 years now, almost exactly. I mean, it's a little past now. And January, I was diagnosed with a fatty liver. By November, my birthday, I went in for another scan. No signs of a fatty liver. All of my A1C, my blood glucose, my fasted blood glucose, my insulin, everything was normal. I reversed everything.
Wow.
That was through daily fasting. That was OMAD. I did it for 10 months when I first started. I started with 16.8, but it was very easy for me. I was never a breakfast eater. I drink coffee. So it's always been water. I drink black tea, but it's usually just water. And then the 6th month of my OMAD, I decided I'm going to do ADF because everybody in Jen's groups, it goes through seasons. Everybody's doing ADF. Let me get on that bandwagon. Let me do 4-3. I was into the 4-3. Okay, I bit off more than I could chew. 2 weeks into it was awful. I wanted to quit, and I would, ask the veteran ADFers, because there have been people who have been doing ADF way longer than I have. I do not say that I'm the first person who did ADF. I'm not saying anything like that, because I lived on a lot today. And I said, I don't know how y'all do this. So I gained 6 pounds those first 2 weeks because I can eat. So those up days, I can eat. I did not. So after 6 months, I went back, lost the weight, went back to my OMAD. My 10th month, I decided I'm going to do it again. Again, same thing. I gained 6 pounds. I was miserable. I said, this is just not for me. I thought I'll never do ADF. And then at 14 months, in about January, February, I guess March of 2020, that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to start with 1 day. I'm just going to do a down day 1 day. And I already knew for me the 500 calorie meal does not work. And it's great if it does not work for me because I'm a volume eater. Once I eat, I like to eat. So that wasn't going to work for me.
You just described me to a T.
Yeah. And you know what? Beautifully with it. And Mike, to be honest with you, and Jalene, to be honest with you, Jen really promoted it. And I can see why too, in theory. With sleep. Some people cannot sleep on their down day. I sleep like a dream. Yeah. It helps with consistency.
So interesting.
To have a full down day. I'm not going to say it's not. It is exhausting sometimes or physically tiring. You get hungry. So the 500 calorie meal, great. If you do it, it's wonderful. I do it. So then I started off with 1 day a week, and it was Mondays. So consistently I was doing Monday, and then I did another day. I couldn't do Wednesdays. I found that I was so starving on Wednesdays for some reason. So I did Mondays and Thursdays. That's what I started doing. It was a great combination of days. Monday, down day, up day. Wednesday, you was usually OMAD. Thursday, I was ready to go back into that down day. Then the hours just built up on by themselves. I went to a 4-3. And now we're in the middle of COVID at this point in 2020. I chose not to get vaccinated. I'm an unvaccinated American. I own my own rehab facility, so I had to do certain things. I had to get tested. It was a pain. I had to do nose swabs. I had to keep logs, but I didn't. And I never got sick. I mean, never showed symptoms of COVID up until this point. I've never,
knock on wood.
Not again.
I did it for you.
Knock on wood. I feel like I really contribute a lot of it to my ADF pattern. So then I did 4-3, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then for 8 months, I did alternate day fasting. Up, down, up, down. 1 day I would eat, 1 day I wouldn't eat. 1 day I would eat, 1 day I wouldn't eat. I did that for 8 months. And I can't say I had huge weight loss. In the time that I've been fasting, I've had like 30, 35 pounds released. I'm not a great weigher. I don't weigh every day. Everybody kind of knows that. But if I fit into my jeans, that's a victory, and I've got a goal body and I feel like I'm in it almost. I'd like to maybe lose 1 more jean size, only to be a little bit more comfortable. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I am very active. I feel great. I've always got great energy compared to people who are my age. And so I contribute a lot to ADF. And now I kind of float through those seasons. Sometimes I do ADF. Sometimes I do OMAD. Right now, I'm heavy into OMAD. I always eat once a day.
Well, now, you hit on several things there, and I'm sure Jalene's got questions, but
I think she answered almost every question I had so far.
Yeah. One of the questions that I have is, have you found a way to not just go crazy on your up day?
Yes. I think that comes with time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Time, and Jen is very, Jerry is too. They are amazing meal planners. Planning is key. And that's always been my problem.
Okay.
Planning, no excuse now. I'm single. I mean, I have Sundays open. I could plan things. I need to be better about that. Just nutrition wise. Jen is so big about those meal kits. So is Sherry. And I think Jen's doing Sunbasket right now, and maybe Green Chef, a couple of different ones, Daily Harvest. Sherry does Hungry Root. And so they always plan their meals. And I feel like that's very beneficial in an
Okay.
ADF life.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can
And
understand that.
after limiting your food, it's planning out. You can have all that food, whatever you want to, but it's planning out, this is what I'm going to have, and I'm not going to vary that, because in the varying comes the problems.
Mhm.
Do you do like a 6 to 8 hour window on your up day, or is it like 8 to 12 hours? I know
To
there's.
be honest with you, I've really embraced the concept of no windows on my up day, so I don't even see it like that. The other day, I think I opened like around 11 or noon, but I ate until 11 at night.
Yeah. You've been doing it long enough to where you know what you need to do.
And I always have from the beginning. I'm never afraid of the feast. I think when I did it the 6th and 10th month, I wasn't ready, and my body was telling me I wasn't ready, because like Mike said, I was eating to an excess. And I think your body has a way of telling you this is not for you right now, and we've got to listen to that. Because I will people who are here for ADF for mainly weight loss. That's not what I found with ADF. I didn't find weight loss. I found a lot of health benefits. I found a lot of non-scale NSVs.
That was my next question.
My weight loss has always come from what I choose to eat in my window.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said something else, and I want to get your definition and your thoughts on what I'm fixing to say, and that's IBW, or ideal body weight.
Okay.
Because it's like you said, you don't step on the scale much. I know Jalene doesn't step on the scale much. I hate the scale. I'm tracking again because I'm wanting to lose weight, but I'm just doing it because I have to.
Yeah.
You said your gene size, and I say the gene size, and I say that my body will stop losing weight somewhere along the line. I'm 72 years old, soon be 73. I'm never going to be the guy I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I think too many people want to be the person that they were in high school. So talk to me about that, Roxy's version of that.
And I can see that, especially for some of us. For some of us, I feel like that's just, but others, I feel like they will get to their high school size. They will get to their high school weight.
Yeah.
But that price usually because you are over exercising usually. I'm not saying everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm willing to do for the body that I've got right now. This is where I'm comfortable right now.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe people want to push their comfort level, and rightly so. If they want to me, listen, I don't judge. Good for you. I am all about people doing what makes them happy.
Yeah.
If weight loss is the goal, then know that there's some things that you're going to have to do to get to that weight loss usually. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And I don't know how sustainable it is for a lot of us, but for some people it is sustainable. They do get back to their high school body. In high school I was 160. I've never been a small girl. I played basketball in college. I've always lifted weights. I still lift weights. 160 was probably a good weight for me right now. I'm maybe about 10 pounds off the mark, and that's okay for me. I know that if I wanted to, I could go out there and run 3 miles a day, do what I needed to, I'd get to that. Do I want to do that long term? No. I need to find, and everybody needs to find what they want to do long term for the body that they want, regardless of weight. Weight is this measurement that everybody has put so much stock into, and I don't really understand it. But for me, besides the genes, because a goal gene size is great. I'm at a 10 right now. I'd love to be an 8. Okay, but for me, a goal body, can I bend down, pick things up? Can I move when I need to? Can I get off the chair without aching? Can I keep up with kids who are younger than me? And all those answers, yes, right now. And that's how I wanted to stay for a long time.
Yeah.
I've got something. You keep talking. I got to get something. You keep talking.
You work with young children, don't you, Roxy?
I do. And I lift kids, I lift them, I toss them, I roll them. That's important to me. I need to keep.
Do you?
Yeah, I know.
You know what this is?
That's an SMO for what is it for? An orthotic?
This is a thing that you slip your sock over, and
Oh,
then you put your socks on with your feet down on the floor.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Guess what?
You don't need it anymore.
I don't have to have it anymore.
Yay.
And
That see, that's one thing I hadn't even I just thought about that.
yeah, and to me,
Oh,
Mike,
victory.
those are the most important victories. Yeah. Those are the victories because I own a rehab where we do physical occupational speech therapy. I've seen people post strokes, post surgeries, and it's no way to live long term. Mm-mm. So what do we want to do to make us feel healthy and vibrant the rest of our lives? I think that fasting is one of those things, and ADF is a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. Lots of ADF. So we eat too much.
So Jalene, do you have any other questions?
Well, I was going to ask her about your non-scale victories.
Okay.
I think you've touched on a lot of them. I also work with young children, and that was my biggest why. I was at a point in 2021 when I could sit on the ground with them, but I couldn't get back up easily. Yeah. So that was my biggest why.
Like you're just kind of roll. I know.
Yeah, you got to roll to the side and push yourself up.
Yeah.
Right? So I can get up and down really easily now. So that was one of my biggest.
Regardless of your weight or your jean size, try getting up off of the ground when you're 72 years old.
We're all there. If we're blessed, we're all going there. Aging is, I hope to get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
I can do it a whole lot better than I could a year ago.
Good.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You're aging in reverse.
Yeah. And I've been going to the gym. My orthopedic surgeon, he turned me onto a book, and I don't agree with everything in the book. The doctor, he's much younger than me, so yeah, he talks from the vantage point of being 40 something years old. But the name of the book is Outlive, and he talks about how you need to maintain your strength, your agility, your balance, and all of these things. And so that's why
Peter Attia.
Yeah. Okay. And that's why I started going to the gym regularly and chunking weights around again. And let me tell you what, I believe that not only do you need to do fasting, you need to keep active, mm-hmm. and you need to keep moving. Yeah. Because it's like who was it that said it may have been Jen who said intermittent fasting can never overcome a bad diet. Mm-hmm. Well, it can't overcome sitting in a chair and not ever getting any kind of exercise either.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
It's true. You got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep moving. Movement that you love, and walking. It could be, dancing. I love Zumba. Everybody, I love Zumba. But really, I think my number one recommendation as far as exercise, I'm no expert, but I have lifted weights my whole life, and I feel like that is a huge plus for everybody across the board. It doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be, anything, but just walking around, like grab something heavy, move it, just move. We used to move all the time. We just don't move as much as we used to.
One of the things that we do in the gym, me and a couple of buddies who are in the gym, we use our own body weight. We do push-ups, mm-hmm. And different things like that. Using our own body is there's no weights involved, but you're getting that exercise,
Great.
Yeah.
I think non-scale victories are way more important than the scale ones.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Run blood work. Blood work victories are amazing as well.
Yes.
Run, do fasting insulin, an A1C, a blood glucose, your CBCs, and you're going to see it takes months. It takes months to see a significant change, but it's worth it. And those months are going to pass like day. Live every life purposefully, and that way you can see changes that are not just scale victories, because the scale can be so disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Listen, what about your blood pressure?
oh, I've never had blood pressure issues, thank goodness. But
Oh, I did.
um,
I did. And now mine's normal. So
awesome. You see,
yeah.
those are big things. Those
Yeah.
are those are longevity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Listen, this has been just a dynamite episode.
This has
It
been
really
fun.
has. And I'm so glad to have chatted with you, Roxy, and to have met you, and glad you're in my group. And anytime you want to post it, if you want to, I'll make you a group expert.
That sounds great. I try to, I try to involve. I've got the full-time job, and then I've got my Instagram
Yeah.
page, Fasting Rocks, and that's where I put. But community is my home, and Jin's community is, nobody makes a community like Jin.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
She's just so giving of her time. She wakes up at 5:30 in the morning and she is gone with it. I mean, I open my computer, I'm just opening, and I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta catch up.
You know,
And
I chatted with her last week. I did another podcast, like an update, and she's just really amazing. I know you've met her in person, but I feel like the second I see her on screen, I feel like I'm talking to my best friend. She just makes everybody feel loved.
That's how I was when Graham Curry had me on his podcast, and he said that he's going to get back with me after a year and see where I'm at. But that's how I felt with him, and I can understand that about Jen. I've watched her videos, and she's just like a bubbly little,
She's so fun. So I couldn't get my computer to connect. Took us 25 minutes. Like, she gave me her phone number. We're talking on the phone, trying to get it all working. She's like the best. She's a teacher. She's just so patient. And I agree with you, Roxy. Her community is amazing, and I appreciate you being there too. Like, your story really resonated with me. And
community, what it was, would not be what it is today if it wasn't for our members. So we love you all, we appreciate you all, and we try to be there all of the time.
If you need more information on fasting and want to join a group of people who embrace this lifestyle, let us recommend that you go to Facebook and search for Intermittent Fasting for the Win, and also search for Clean Fasting Jalene. Either of these groups will help you along the way. We also recommend that you read Jen Stevens' books, Delay, Don't Deny, and Fast, Feast, Repeat. Both of these books will give you valuable information to help you in your intermittent fasting journey.